During his publicity of the 1925 comedy The Gold Rush, Charlie Chaplin told his audience that this is the film that he wanted to be remembered by. And I think a century later, that wish has largely come true, as so many of his most memorable gags that have been copied by numerous comedians over the past decades are in this film, from the dinner roll scene to eating and boiling his shoe, or his cabin teetering over the edge of a cliff. Gold Rush stars Chaplin's tramp character as a lone prospector in the 19th century Klondike Gold Rush, and before striking it rich at the very end of the film, has to face the elements, starvation, and plenty of rough, rugged characters out in the Alaskan wilderness. Chaplin got inspiration for the film story from looking at pictures from the Gold Rush, and funny enough, from tales from the Donner Party, who had to resort to cannibalism and eating their own shoes in order to survive a harsh winter in the mid-1800s. Having his own experiences with hunger growing up in poverty in England, Chaplin found the destitute conditions of the Alaskan Gold Rush a perfect setting to mine some comedy shenanigans out of. You can see this perfect blend of tragedy and comedy in the famous scene where Chaplin boils and eats his own shoe. When serving the shoe as their meal to the fellow prospector who snowed in with him in the cabin for the winter, Chaplin treats it just like he would if he hosted a dinner party back home. He serves the shoe on plates just like he would any other meal as they eat at the dinner table, and he politely swirls his shoelace with his fork before he slurps it down just like he would spaghetti, all the while trying to hide the grimace from tasting the disgusting leather that he is resorted to eating. You can't help but laugh at the ridiculous situation of the ever-optimistic tramp trying to make the best out of the worst possible scenario. The Gold Rush also has an amazing supporting cast, with Georgia Hale, who's a really fun romantic interest for the tramp, and perhaps my favorite comedic performance on film, Max Swain as the prospector that Chaplin strikes up a friendship with. Swain, who was a star at Keystone for years and had appeared in a couple of Chaplin's other short films, is really the perfect foil to Chaplin's persona. A big, gruff guy, Swain is instantly believable as a rugged, experienced prospector. Swain's comedic timing and facial reactions are pure gold, whether he's scared for his life, teetering over the edge of a cliff, or disgusted by having to eat a shoe for dinner. The Gold Rush is considered by many to be one of Chaplin's greatest comedies, and it comes in at number 6 on Silent Arrow's Top 100 Silent Movies list, which I'm reviewing each movie on. And I agree with this list here. Chaplin's Gold Rush is a great, amazing comedy that deserves to be known as one of the top 100 silent movies ever made. Fair warning though, he did re-release the film in 1942 with some voiceover, and it just doesn't work. So make sure you're watching the original 1920 version with title cards and no voiceover. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on my next review in this series when I look at Laurel and Hardy's short comedy film, Big Business.